Welcome to my channel, The World Coin. Hello and welcome, coin lovers. This channel is dedicated to the fascinating world of coins from every corner of the globe. From ancient currency to modern mints, rare finds to everyday coins, we explore their history, design, and hidden stories. So subscribe now and join our growing community of coin collectors, history enthusiasts, and curious minds. I have 5 videos of 1 cent. So let's get started. The 1944 United States 1-cent coin, commonly known as the Lincoln Wheat Penny, is one of the most historically important and widely collected coins in American numismatics. This coin was produced during a critical time in world history, World War II, and it reflects the economic, industrial, and patriotic spirit of the United States during that era. The 1944 penny is especially famous because it marked the return to copper composition after the steel pennies of 1943, making it a key year for collectors. In 1944, the United States was deeply involved in World War II. Factories were running day and night, soldiers were fighting overseas, and resources were carefully managed. In 1943, copper was needed for ammunition and military equipment, so the U.S. Mint produced steel pennies instead of copper. However, steel pennies caused problems. They rusted easily and were often confused with dimes. By 1944, the U.S. Mint decided to bring back copper-based pennies. To conserve resources, the mint used recycled copper, including melted shell casings from military ammunition. This makes the 1944 penny a symbol of wartime recycling and national effort, adding strong historical value. The front of the 1944 penny features a portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. Lincoln's image has appeared on the cent since 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of his birth. On the obverse, you will see the word liberty on the left, the year 1944 on the right, the phrase "In God We Trust" along the top. Lincoln is shown facing right, symbolizing leadership, unity, and strength, qualities admired during wartime. The reverse of the 1944 penny features the famous wheat ears design, which gives the coin its nickname, the wheat penny. On the reverse, 2 wheat stalks appear on the left and right sides. The words 1 cent are in the center. The phrase United States of America appears below. At the top is E pluribus unum, meaning, out of many, one. The wheat symbolizes agriculture, prosperity, and growth, reflecting America's strength and self-reliance. The 1944 penny is made of 95% copper, 5% zinc. This composition was slightly different from pre-war pennies but still maintained a copper appearance. Weight: 3.11 grams. Diameter: 19.05 millimeters. Thickness: 1.52 millimeters. Edge: plain, smooth. The copper used came largely from recycled military materials, giving the coin special historical significance. The 1944 penny was produced at 3 U.S. Mint locations: Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark; Denver Mint, D mint mark; San Francisco Mint, S mint mark. 1944, Philadelphia, over 1.4 billion coins. 1944 D, Denver, over 430 million coins. 1944 S, San Francisco, over 280 million coins. Because of these high mintage numbers, most 1944 pennies are common, but condition matters greatly. While most 1944 pennies are common, some rare errors and varieties are extremely valuable. A few 1944 pennies were mistakenly struck on leftover steel planchettes from 1943. These coins are silver gray, not copper. Only a few dozen are known. Value can exceed $100,000 to $1 million depending on condition. This is one of the rarest U.S. coins ever discovered. Some 1944 pennies show doubling in the date or lettering due to minting errors. Look closely at Liberty and In God We Trust. Strong doubling increases value significantly. The value of a 1944 penny depends heavily on its condition. Good G, heavy wear, low value. Fine F, moderate wear. Extremely fine EF, light wear. Uncirculated MS, no wear, very valuable. Coins with original red copper color, rhode, are worth more than brown or dark coins. Circulated condition: 5 cents minus 25 cents. Uncirculated condition: $1 minus $10. High-grade mint state. $25 minus $100 plus. Error or steel version. Thousands to millions of dollars. The 1944 Lincoln Wheat Penny is popular because it represents wartime history. It marks the return to copper. It has rare error varieties. It is affordable for beginner collectors. Many collectors aim to complete a full Lincoln Wheat Penny set, and 1944 is an essential year. Use a magnet, steel pennies stick, copper does not. Check the mint mark. Look for doubling or errors. Examine color and condition. Weigh the coin, steel pennies are lighter. The 1944 penny is more than just money, it is a piece of American history. It tells a story of sacrifice, innovation, and unity during one of the most difficult times in world history. Holding this coin is like holding a small piece of World War II. The United States 1-cent coin of 1944 is a historically rich, widely collected, and fascinating coin. Whether common or rare, every 1944 penny carries the legacy of wartime America. From recycled shell casings to rare steel errors, this coin remains a timeless treasure for collectors and history lovers alike. Next video. The 1942 United States 1-cent coin, commonly called the Lincoln Wheat Penny, is an important coin in American history. This coin was minted during a critical period when the world was facing World War II. The year 1942 marked a turning point not only in global politics but also in American industry, economy, and daily life. The 1942 penny reflects how the United States balanced normal civilian needs with wartime demands, making it a meaningful and collectible coin today. In 1942, the United States had recently entered World War II after the attack on Pearl Harbor in December 1941. The entire country shifted toward supporting the war effort. Factories that once produced consumer goods began manufacturing weapons, ammunition, vehicles, and military supplies. Metals like copper were extremely important because they were used in electrical wiring, shell casings, and military equipment. Despite the pressure on resources, the U.S. Mint continued to produce pennies in 1942 using the traditional copper composition. This would change the following year in 1943, when steel pennies were introduced. Therefore, the 1942 penny represents the last full pre-steel copper penny year before major wartime changes in coinage. The obverse of the 1942 penny features the famous portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. Lincoln was chosen for the cent in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of his birth. On the front side you will see, "In God We Trust" written along the top edge, Liberty on the left side of Lincoln. The date 1942 on the right side. Lincoln faces to the right, symbolizing leadership, unity, and strength, qualities that were especially meaningful during wartime. The reverse of the 1942 penny displays the classic wheat ears design, which was used from 1909 to 1958. On the reverse, two wheat stalks curve along the left and right edges. 1 cent is written in the center. United States of America appears below. E pluribus unum is written at the top. The wheat ears symbolize agriculture, abundance, and national prosperity, reflecting America's foundation as a farming nation and its hope for continued growth even during difficult times. The 1942 Lincoln Wheat Penny is made of 95% copper, 5% tin and zinc. This composition gives the coin its traditional reddish-brown copper color. Weight: 3.11 grams. Diameter: 19.05 millimeters. Thickness: 1.52 millimeters. Edge: plain, smooth. These specifications remain standard for pennies before and after this year, except for the special steel pennies of 1943. The 1942 penny was struck at 3 U.S. Mint facilities. Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark. Denver Mint, D, mint mark. San Francisco Mint, S, mint mark. 1942, Philadelphia, over 657 million coins. 1942 D, Denver, over 206 million coins. 1942 S, San Francisco, over 85 million coins. Because of these high production numbers, most 1942 pennies are common, but condition and errors can greatly affect value. The 1942 penny is significant because it was minted during the first full year of U.S. involvement in World War II. Americans were encouraged to recycle, conserve materials, and support the military. Pennies like the 1942 issue were used daily by civilians while soldiers fought overseas. This coin connects everyday American life with major global history. While most 1942 pennies are common, some error coins are valuable. Doubling may appear in the date, Liberty, or, In God We Trust. Strong doubling increases collector value. Coin design is not centered properly. Value depends on how much of the design is visible. Raised lines or extra metal caused by damaged dies. Minor cracks are common. Major ones add value. The value of a 1942 penny depends heavily on its condition. Good G. Heavy wear, date visible. Fine F. Moderate wear, details. Clear. Extremely fine EF. Light wear. Uncirculated MS. No wear, mint condition. Pennies with bright red copper color, road, are more valuable than brown or dark coins. Circulated condition. 5 cents minus 25 cents. Better circulated examples. 50 cents minus $1. Uncirculated coins. $5 minus $25. High-grade mint state Mississippi 65 plus, $50 minus $150 plus. Error coins. Higher depending on rarity. Collectors like the 1942 penny because it is linked to World War II history. It is part of the classic wheat penny series. It is affordable for beginners. It fits into full Lincoln cent collections. Many collectors try to collect all wheat pennies from 1909-1958, and the 1942 penny is an essential part of that set. Check the mint mark under the date. Look for doubling or errors with a magnifying glass. Examine the color and shine. Weigh the coin to confirm authenticity. Avoid cleaning the coin. Cleaning reduces value. The 1942 Lincoln wheat penny represents American strength, sacrifice, and continuity during wartime. Even as the world faced uncertainty, the United States continued minting coins that symbolized stability and trust. This penny reminds collectors of a time when every resource, and every cent, mattered. The United States 1-cent coin of 1942 is more than just spare change. It is a historic artifact from the early days of World War II, made of traditional copper and bearing a design that symbolizes unity, agriculture, and national pride. While most examples are common, their historical importance makes them valuable to collectors and history lovers alike. Next video. The 1950 United States 1-cent coin, commonly known as the Lincoln wheat penny, is an important coin in American numismatic history. This penny was produced during a period when the United States was recovering from World War II and entering a new era of economic growth, industrial expansion, and global leadership. The 1950 penny reflects stability, tradition, and continuity, making it a popular and meaningful coin for collectors. In 1950, the United States was experiencing strong economic recovery after World War II. Industries were expanding, consumer goods were widely available, and the American middle class was growing rapidly. This was also the beginning of the Cold War era, with rising tensions between the United States and the Soviet Union. Despite global uncertainty, everyday life in America was becoming more comfortable and prosperous. The U.S. Mint continued producing the Lincoln wheat penny in 1950 using the same design that had been in use since 1909. The wheat design was nearing the end of its long run, as it would be replaced in 1959 by the Lincoln Memorial reverse. Therefore, the 1950 penny represents one of the final years of the classic wheat penny era. The obverse of the 1950 penny features the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. Lincoln was chosen for the cent to honor his leadership, honesty, and role in preserving the United States. On the front of the coin, "In God We Trust" appears along the top edge. Liberty is written on the left side. The year 1950 appears on the right side. Lincoln faces right, symbolizing wisdom, strength, and national unity. The reverse side displays the traditional wheat ears design, used from 1909 to 1958. On the reverse, 2 wheat stalks frame the left and right edges. 1 cent is written in the center. United States of America appears below. E pluribus unum is displayed at the top. The wheat ears symbolize agriculture, abundance, and economic stability, which matched America's post-war prosperity. The 1950 Lincoln wheat penny is composed of 95% copper, 5% zinc, weight 3.11 grams, diameter 19.05 millimeters. Thickness, 1.52 millimeters. Edge, plain, smooth. The coin has a warm copper color that can range from bright red to brown, depending on age and storage conditions. The 1950 penny was produced at 3 U.S. Mint locations: Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark; Denver Mint, D, mint mark; San Francisco Mint, S, mint mark. 1950 Philadelphia, over 272 million coins. 1950 D, Denver, over 334 million coins. 1950 S, San Francisco, over 118 million coins. Because of high production numbers, most 1950 pennies are common, but higher grade examples are more valuable. Some 1950 wheat pennies are valuable due to minting errors. Look for doubling on Liberty, the date, or In God We Trust. Strong doubling increases value significantly. Design is not properly centered. Value depends on visibility of date and design. Raised lines are blobs caused by worn dies. Large errors are collectible. Condition plays a major role in value. Good G, heavy wear, date visible. Fine F, moderate wear, details clear. Extremely fine EF, light wear. Uncirculated MS, no wear. Coins with original red road copper color are more valuable than red brown RB or brown BN coins. Circulated condition, 5 cents minus 25 cents. Better circulated, 50 cents minus $1. Uncirculated, $3 minus $20. High grade mint state, $40 minus $100 plus. Error coins, higher depending on rarity. The 1950 penny is popular because it is part of the late wheat penny series. It represents post-war America. It is affordable and widely available. It is essential for wheat penny collections. Collectors often try to assemble complete sets from 1909 to 1958, and the 1950 penny is a key date in those collections. Check the mint mark below the date. Look for doubling or errors. Examine the coin's color and luster. Avoid cleaning the coin. Consider professional grading for high-quality coins. The 1950 Lincoln wheat penny symbolizes a time of hope, rebuilding, and economic confidence in the United States. It represents a nation moving forward after war while holding onto its traditional values. For collectors, this penny is a small but powerful reminder of America's journey through the mid-20th century. The United States 1-cent coin of 1950 is a classic and historically meaningful coin. While most examples are common, their connection to post-World War II America and the final years of the wheat penny design make them valuable to collectors and history enthusiasts. Whether found in circulation or preserved in mint condition, the 1950 penny remains an important piece of American heritage. Next video. The 1957 United States 1-cent coin, widely known as the Lincoln wheat penny, is one of the most recognizable and historically meaningful coins in American history. Minted during the final years of the wheat penny series, the 1957 cent represents a period of economic growth, social change, and national confidence in the United States. Although millions were produced, the 1957 penny remains highly popular among collectors because it belongs to the last generation of wheatback pennies, which ended in 1958. The year 1957 was an important time in American history. The United States was enjoying post-World War II prosperity, with strong industry, rising incomes, and rapid suburban growth. At the same time, the Cold War was shaping global politics. In 1957, the Soviet Union launched Sputnik, the first artificial satellite, which deeply impacted American science, education, and defense policies. Despite these global tensions, daily life in America was stable. The U.S. Mint continued to produce the familiar Lincoln wheat penny, a design that had been trusted by Americans for nearly 50 years. The 1957 penny was struck just 2 years before the wheat design was retired, making it historically significant as part of the closing chapter of a classic coin era. The obverse of the 1957 penny features a detailed portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. Lincoln first appeared on the cent in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of his birth. On the obverse you will see, "In God We Trust" along the top edge, Liberty on the left side of Lincoln, the date 1957 on the right side. Lincoln faces to the right, representing leadership, honesty, and unity, values admired throughout American history. The reverse side of the 1957 penny displays the traditional wheat ears design, which was used from 1909 until 1958. On the reverse, 2 wheat stalks along the left and right edges. 1 cent written boldly in the center. United States of America below. E pluribus unum at the top. The wheat ears symbolize agriculture, abundance, and national prosperity, reminding Americans of the country's strong agricultural roots. The 1957 Lincoln wheat penny is made of 95% copper, 5% zinc, weight 3.11 grams, diameter 19.05 millimeters, thickness 1.52 millimeters, edge plain, smooth. The coin's color can range from bright red to dark brown, depending on wear and environmental exposure. The 1957 penny was minted at 3 U.S. Mint facilities: Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark; Denver Mint, D, mint mark; San Francisco Mint, S, mint mark. 1957 Philadelphia, over 1.05 billion coins. 1957 D, Denver, over 1.05 billion coins. 1957 S, San Francisco, over 190 million coins. These very high mintage figures make most 1957 pennies common, but high-grade examples are still desirable. Some 1957 wheat pennies are valuable due to minting errors. Doubling may appear on the date or lettering. Strong doubling significantly increases value. The D or S mint mark may appear doubled. Popular among error collectors. Raised lines are blobs caused by worn dies. Larger errors add collectible interest. The condition of a 1957 penny is extremely important. Good G heavy wear, details weak. Fine F moderate wear, major details visible. Extremely fine EF light wear. Uncirculated MS no wear, original mint luster. Coins are also graded by color. Red RD most valuable. Red brown RB moderate value. Brown BN lowest value. Circulated condition 3 cents minus 25 cents. Better circulated examples 50 cents minus $1. Uncirculated coins $3 minus $15. High grade mint state Mississippi 65 plus $30 minus $75 plus. Error coins higher depending on rarity. Collectors appreciate the 1957 penny because it is part of the final wheat penny years. It represents 1950s American history. It is affordable for beginners. It fits into complete Lincoln cent collections. Many collectors aim to complete a full set of wheat pennies from 1909 to 1958, making the 1957 penny a must-have coin. Check the mint mark below the date. Look carefully for doubling or errors. Examine the color and shine. Do not clean the coin. Consider professional grading for high-quality coins. The 1957 Lincoln wheat penny reflects a time of confidence, innovation, and competition in American society. It represents the United States standing strong during the Cold War while maintaining economic growth and cultural stability. For collectors, this penny is a tangible reminder of America's journey through the mid-20th century. The United States 1-cent coin of 1957 is a classic and historically important coin from the closing years of the wheat penny era. While most examples are common, their historical value, traditional design, and connection to 1950s America make them treasured by collectors and history lovers alike. Next video. The 1953 United States 1-cent coin, commonly known as the Lincoln wheat penny, is a classic and historically meaningful coin from the mid-20th century. This penny was minted during a period when the United States was experiencing strong economic growth, social stability, and global influence. Although the 1953 penny is not rare in most conditions, it holds significant value for collectors because it belongs to the late wheat penny era, a beloved series that lasted from 1909 to 1958. The year 1953 was a time of transition and confidence in the United States. The country was firmly established as a global superpower following World War II. In 1953, Dwight D. Eisenhower became president, marking a new chapter in American leadership. The Korean War ended in the same year, bringing relief and optimism to the nation. American industry was booming, suburban communities were expanding, and consumer culture was growing rapidly. During this period of stability and prosperity, the U.S. Mint continued to produce the familiar Lincoln Wheat penny, a coin that Americans had trusted for decades. The 1953 penny reflects the calm and confidence of post-war America. The obverse of the 1953 penny features the well-known portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This design had been in use since 1909 and was admired for its simplicity and dignity. On the obverse you will see, "In God We Trust" along the top edge, "Liberty" on the left side of Lincoln, the date 1953 on the right side. Lincoln faces right, symbolizing leadership, honesty, and unity, values deeply respected in American society. The reverse of the 1953 penny displays the traditional wheat ears design, which gives the coin its popular name, the wheat penny. On the reverse, 2 wheat stalks on the left and right sides. 1 cent in the center. United States of America below. E pluribus unum at the top. The wheat ears represent agriculture, abundance, and national prosperity, reflecting America's strong agricultural roots. The 1953 Lincoln Wheat penny is composed of 95% copper, 5% zinc, weight 3.11 grams, diameter 19.05 millimeters, thickness 1.52 millimeters, edge plain, smooth. The coin's surface color may range from bright red to dark brown depending on wear and exposure. The 1953 penny was struck at 3 U.S. Mint facilities: Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark; Denver Mint, D, mint mark; San Francisco Mint, S, mint mark. 1953 Philadelphia, over 256 million coins. 1953 D, Denver, over 700 million coins. 1953 S, San Francisco, over 181 million coins. Due to high production numbers, most 1953 pennies are common, but higher grade examples are desirable. Some 1953 wheat pennies are valuable because of minting errors. Doubling visible on the date or lettering. Strong doubling can significantly increase value. Mint marks may appear doubled or misplaced. Popular among error collectors. Raised lines are metal blobs caused by damaged dies. Larger errors are more collectible. Condition is extremely important when determining value. Good, G, heavy wear, design weak. Fine, F, moderate wear, details clear. Extremely fine, EF, light wear. Uncirculated, MS, no wear, original mint luster. Color grading. Red, RD, highest value. Red-brown, RB, medium value. Brown, BN, lower value. Circulated condition. 5 cents minus 25 cents. Better circulated examples. 50 cents minus $1. Uncirculated coins. $3 minus $15. High-grade mint state Mississippi 65 plus, $30 minus $80 plus. Error coins. Higher depending on rarity. Collectors value the 1953 penny because it belongs to the late wheat penny era. It represents post-war American stability. It is affordable and easy to find. It completes wheat penny collections. Many collectors aim to complete a full set of Lincoln wheat pennies from 1909 to 1958, making the 1953 penny an essential coin. Check the mint mark below the date. Look for doubling or unusual features. Examine the color and surface quality. Never clean the coin. Consider professional grading for top-quality coins. The 1953 Lincoln Wheat penny represents a time of peace, growth, and optimism in the United States. It reminds collectors of a nation rebuilding and thriving after years of conflict. As a small but meaningful object, this penny carries the spirit of mid-20th century America. The United States 1-cent coin of 1953 is a timeless and historically rich coin from the later years of the Lincoln Wheat penny series. While most examples are common, their historical context, classic design, and connection to post-war America make them highly valued by collectors and history enthusiasts. So please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. A new coin story awaits you every next day.